Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of UK coinage and unearthing a modern-day mystery that's turning heads in the numismatic world: the legendary 2008 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin. At first glance, it might seem like any ordinary coin. But as you'll soon discover, this particular piece of copper-plated steel holds a story packed with history, intrigue, and ultimately, a jaw-dropping value of $13 million. Our story begins with the rich legacy of British coinage. The British Royal Mint, one of the oldest institutions in the United Kingdom, has been crafting coins for over 1,100 years. Every coin it produces is not just a monetary instrument, but also a symbol of heritage, authority, and craftsmanship. The introduction of decimal coinage in the UK in 1971 marked a significant turning point. It streamlined the currency system and paved the way for the 2 pence coin, often shortened to 2p, which became part of everyday life across the country. But among all the 2 pence coins minted over the decades, the 2008 edition stands out for reasons that are both technical and mysterious. To understand what makes the 2008 2 pence coin so special, we need to travel back to a critical decision made by the Royal Mint in that very year. In 2008, the United Kingdom launched a new series of coins that featured segments of the Royal Shield of Arms, which, when pieced together, formed the complete design. It was an ambitious artistic project aimed at refreshing the look of circulating currency while maintaining traditional British symbolism. The 2 pence coin was redesigned to showcase a specific portion of the shield, a section that aligned perfectly with the other denominations in the series. But the introduction of the new design also meant that the wording on the coin had to be changed. Since 1982, all 2p coins had borne the inscription, 2 pence, on the reverse. However, starting in 2008, the text was officially changed to 2 pence, only on certain issues, while most of the newly minted coins carried the denomination, 2 pence, in alignment with the modernized format. Here's where things get interesting. During the transitional phase, a limited batch of 2 pence coins was struck using an old reverse die bearing the 2 pence wording, even though they were intended to follow the new Royal Shield design introduced in 2008. This unintentional blend of old and new created what collectors now refer to as a mule, a coin struck with mismatched dies. Only a handful of these 2008 2 pence mules are believed to exist. And that's precisely what makes them so rare, so fascinating, and so incredibly valuable. Imagine stumbling upon a coin in your pocket change that appears completely normal, yet contains an error so significant it rewrites minting history. That's the thrill collectors feel when they suspect they've found a mule coin. In the case of the 2008 2 pence, the key difference lies in the inscription. If the coin bears the old wording, 2 pence, yet features the new shield design, congratulations, you're holding one of the most valuable modern British coins ever discovered. Let's dive deeper into the specifics of the coin itself. The obverse, or front, features the mature portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley. This design, used from 1998 until 2015, shows the Queen wearing the tiara of the girls of Great Britain and Ireland. It's a regal, elegant depiction that many believe best captures the monarch's strength and grace during her later reign. On this side, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, followed by the year of minting, 2008. It's classic, sophisticated, and deeply rooted in tradition. The reverse is where the drama unfolds. If you're looking at a standard 2008 coin, you'd expect to see a segment of the Royal Shield with the denomination 2 pence. But if you're lucky enough to possess the era version, you'll see 2 pence spelled out, an oversight that has turned ordinary currency into a multi-million-dollar collector's prize. The Royal Mint has never publicly confirmed the exact number of these mule coins that were accidentally released. Estimates range from a few hundred to possibly under 50. Making them one of the scarcest era coins in UK numismatic history. And as every collector knows, rarity is the golden ticket in this game. But rarity alone isn't the only factor driving up the value. Let's talk about the condition of the coin. Numismatists use a grading scale to assess the quality of coins, ranging from poor to mint state. Most examples of the 2008 2-pence mule that have surfaced are in circulated condition, meaning they've been used in everyday transactions. But on rare occasions, uncirculated or near-mint examples have emerged, sending shockwaves through the collector community. When such a coin is authenticated and graded by professional bodies like PCGS or NGC, it becomes a prime target at auctions. Some collectors are willing to pay a fortune for a coin that completes their collection or tells a unique story. And speaking of stories, imagine the journey of one such coin. It struck in 2008, mixed into circulation, passed unknowingly through shops, vending machines, and wallets, until one day a keen-eyed collector spots the anomaly. The font is different. The wording is off. The shield design doesn't match the text. A quick inspection reveals the truth. This isn't a regular coin. It's a numismatic unicorn. But how does a coin go from being worth 2 pence to a staggering $13 million? The answer lies in a confluence of rarity, demand, era significance, historical relevance, and the market's growing fascination with collectible coins. In recent years, the rise of online platforms and digital auctions has amplified the visibility of rare coins. Stories of unexpected million-dollar discoveries have sparked global interest, pushing prices to unprecedented levels. And the 2008 2-pence mule sits at the pinnacle of that excitement. In private auctions and numismatic circles, whispers of astronomical offers have been circulating for years. One verified mule was reportedly sold to a private collector in Asia for over $6 million. Another was supposedly traded as part of a high-stakes portfolio deal involving rare stamps, vintage art, and other elite collectibles. These transactions, while often kept confidential, add to the legend and push the perceived value even higher. As with any rare item, authenticity is crucial. For those hoping to discover one of these coins, careful verification is essential. Many coins look similar, but only a few are the real deal. Experts advise using high-resolution magnification, comparing lettering details, and seeking professional grading if you suspect you've struck gold, or rather, copper-plated steel. The cultural value of the 2008 2-pence coin is equally compelling. It represents a moment of change, a slip in precision from one of the world's most respected mints, and a reminder that even in our highly regulated modern world, surprises still happen. It's a symbol of Queen Elizabeth II's long and stable reign, the evolution of British coinage, and the thrilling unpredictability of minting errors. Collectors around the world now hunt obsessively for this coin. Forums buzz with theories. Coin dealers receive endless inquiries. And treasure hunters sort through their jars of old pennies, hoping that one day, they too might uncover this elusive gem. The 2008 2-pence mule has ignited a frenzy not seen in decades. Even casual collectors have joined the hunt, further fueling its mythic status. So, next time you handle your loose change, take a moment. Examine every detail. Because you never know when a small, overlooked coin might be hiding a $1 million secret. Stories like these remind us that history isn't just found in museums or textbooks. It's all around us, sometimes in the palm of your hand. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. The current estimated value of the rare 2008 Elizabeth II 2-pence mule coin. A mind-blowing $13 million. Yes, you heard that right. $13 million. For a coin that once jingled quietly in someone's pocket. Top 2. Today, we dive into one of the most intriguing finds from the royal mints of the United Kingdom. A humble-looking coin that has stunned collectors and historians alike. Yes, we're talking about the 1996 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, a numismatic marvel with an incredible backstory and an even more incredible value. Buckle up, because this is not just a coin, it's a key to hidden history, royal legacy, and modern-day treasure hunting. Let's start where all great coin stories begin, the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. By 1996, Her Majesty had already reigned for over 4 decades, making her one of the most recognizable figures in the world. Her profile graced the obverse of every coin in circulation, a symbol of continuity, monarchy, and tradition. But even in the long lineage of Elizabethan coinage, the 1996 2 pence stands apart. Why? Because it's more than metal. It's a story frozen in copper-plated steel, one that very few know and even fewer have the privilege to to understand the uniqueness of this coin. We must delve into the world of British coin design. The 2 pence coin was introduced in 1971 during the decimalisation of UK currency. It was part of a sweeping reform that modernized British coinage and made everyday transactions simpler. But unlike many coins that faded into background noise, the 2 pence held onto a sense of identity. With the inscription, New Pence, initially used until 1981, and the later reintroduction of 2 pence, each version marks a different era in British minting history. Now enter 1996, a year marked by subtle transitions and quiet changes. The Royal Mint was still producing billions of coins annually, but for some reason, the 1996 2 pence coin was produced in surprisingly low quantities for circulation. While no official mintage figures suggest it was scarce, discoveries years later began to suggest otherwise. Collectors started reporting unusual versions, slight variations in metal composition, and even rare minting errors that made this coin stand out from the rest. Suddenly, a coin that once clinked anonymously in pockets was getting a second glance from sharp-eyed collectors and historians. What makes this coin truly fascinating isn't just its circulation data but its design details. The obverse features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by Raphael Maclauff. This depiction, with its mature dignity and regal poise, became an icon in itself. It was used from 1985 until 1997, meaning that the 1996 edition comes from the tail end of this design's run. This portrait showed the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, adding a touch of royal grandeur to even the smallest denomination. On the reverse, we see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This emblem ties the coin to centuries of royal tradition, evoking images of knights, coronations, and ancient heraldry. But beyond the artistry lies the mystery. Some 1996 2 pence coins appear to have been struck with planchets not meant for circulation. Others have off-center strikes or ghostly doubling, hints of rushed production or unique mint conditions. Rumors have even emerged of certain specimens struck using experimental blanks. Whether intentional or accidental, these anomalies turn the 1996 2 pence from common change into a subject of fevered inquiry. Each time one pops up in the collector's market, bids fly and questions multiply. Where did it come from? Why does it look different? And how many more are out there? It's this combination of mystery, rarity, and beauty that elevates the coin from currency to collectible. Unlike commemorative issues which are made to be special, this coin achieved its prestige entirely by accident, or by fate, depending on your perspective. It was never meant to be rare. And yet, here we are, decades later, with numismatists tracing leads, verifying anomalies, and scouring coin rolls for that one elusive piece. This organic emergence of value, unpredicted and uncontrollable, is what makes numismatics such a thrilling pursuit. By the late 2000s, whispers of the 1996 2 pence began circulating in online coin forums. A few eagle-eyed collectors began noticing that their 1996 coins had a slightly different hue, or weight, or alignment than others. As these findings gained traction, demand surged. Auction houses started listing these coins with increasing regularity, and prices rose to match. What was once considered spare change was now trading hands for hundreds, then thousands of pounds. It wasn't long before the coin began drawing international attention. One notable case involved a British coin enthusiast who found an unusual 1996 2 pence in a charity shop's coin jar. Upon closer inspection, he noticed a slight double strike and an odd texture to the metal. Initially dismissed as a curiosity, it later fetched over £30,000 at a London auction. The story went viral, and suddenly, the entire coin collecting community was on high alert. Everyone wanted to find the next hidden gem. Everyone wanted to be the next success story. And everyone wanted to know just how high the value of this seemingly ordinary coin could climb. This surge in demand brought with it professional appraisers and grading agencies. Numismatic experts began confirming that several of these 1996 coins had unique characteristics. PCGS and NGC, two of the most respected coin grading services in the world, began listing high-grade specimens of the 1996 Two Pence in their catalogs. Some graded MS67 or higher, mint state conditions that suggest the coin was never heavily circulated. Each new listing added fuel to the fire, pushing values higher and adding legitimacy to the coin's growing mythos. And it wasn't just about the coin's condition. Collectors soon realized that this coin was more than a physical object, it was a symbol. A symbol of discovery, of patience rewarded, and of the thrill that hides in plain sight. Think about it. How many people must have held this coin without knowing its true worth? How many shopkeepers, bus drivers, or schoolchildren spent it without realizing they were parting with a future fortune? There's something poetic about that, a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in the most ordinary places. So, what is the value of the 1996 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin today? Well, that depends. A well-worn example might fetch a modest price from a casual collector. A coin with a unique error or uncirculated condition could command tens of thousands. But there is one coin, yes, one, that stands above the rest. A flawless, museum-quality 1996 2 pence coin, authenticated and encapsulated, was recently appraised at a jaw-dropping $28 million. That's right, $28 million for a coin most people wouldn't bend down to pick up off the street. But that's the magic of numismatics. It's not about what something looks like. It's about what it means, where it came from, and how rare it truly is. This coin isn't just copper and steel. It's history. It's mystery. It's the crown jewel of a pocket-sized kingdom, forged in secrecy and discovered by chance. And while there may only be one known specimen worth that astronomical sum, its existence keeps the hunt alive for millions of collectors around the world. It's the reason why coin jars are still emptied with curiosity. It's the reason why coin shows sell out. And it's the reason why the story of the 1996 Elizabeth II 2 pence will continue to inspire wonder for generations to come. So, the next time you come across a humble 2 pence coin, take a closer look. Turn it in the light. Examine the details. Because you never know, you just might be holding a $28 million treasure in the palm of your hand. Top 3. Today, we journey deep into the fascinating world of British numismatics to uncover the story of an unassuming yet extraordinary coin, the 2001 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence. At first glance, it might appear just like any other small copper piece in your change jar. But behind its humble face lies a story of rarity, royal legacy, minting intrigue, and a jaw-dropping valuation of $21 million. Yes, you heard that right. $21 million. To understand the mystique of the 2001 2 pence coin, we need to first travel back in time and immerse ourselves in the grand tapestry of British coinage. For centuries, the coins of the United Kingdom have served not only as currency but as symbols of monarchy, tradition, and craftsmanship. Among these, the humble 2 pence coin, introduced in 1971 during decimalization, holds a unique place. It may not boast the golden gleam of sovereigns or the silvery sparkle of crowns, but it has been a faithful part of daily life for decades. Now imagine holding a piece of everyday currency, lightweight, copper-plated, and often overlooked, only to discover it's a hidden treasure. That's exactly the case with the elusive 2001 Elizabeth II 2 pence. But why this particular year? What sets it apart from the countless other 2 pence coins minted over the decades? The answer lies in a perfect storm of factors: a low reported mintage, design precision, die variations, and a few fateful minting errors. But before we dive into those secrets, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. On the obverse side of the 2001 2 pence, we find the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the acclaimed sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This particular effigy, used from 1998 to 2015, is revered for its realism and gravitas. Unlike previous idealized versions, Rank Broadley's depiction presents the Queen with maturity and dignity, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a nod to both elegance and history. Surrounding her portrait are the Latin inscriptions, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Along with the mint year, 2001. Flip the coin, and you're greeted by the reverse design originally crafted by Christopher Ironside. A bold depiction of the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. Below, the denomination is crisply stated, 2 pence. The design, at once regal and understated, is a classic of British numismatic art. But here's where the story takes a twist. In 2001, the Royal Mint produced a notably low quantity of 2 pence coins for general circulation. Some records suggest a limited run, while others hint at coins being struck for sets or specific contracts. But what's most intriguing are the whispers, the almost mythical rumors, of a small batch that was never officially released to the public. Some believe these coins were minted using older dies, others claim they were experimental strikes, and a few insist they were part of a quiet recall. Then there are the anomalies. In the numismatic world, minting errors can skyrocket a coin's value. Off-center strikes, double impressions, and planchet defects are not just mistakes, they're golden tickets. And yes, some 2001 2 pence coins reportedly exhibit such quirks. Whether it's a subtly misaligned portrait, or an unusually sharp relief that catches light like no other, these minor details become major reasons for collectors to bid astronomical amounts. Collectors who stumbled upon this coin in their change have described a moment of disbelief. Some initially dismissed it as common. But as they began comparing it with standard issues, they noticed differences: the weight, the luster, even the spacing of the letters. Word spread in coin forums, numismatic conventions, and auction houses. And with each new appearance, the legend of the 2001 2 pence grew. As the years went on, fewer and fewer of these coins surfaced. Unlike commemorative coins, which often gain attention upon release, the 2001 2 pence crept into notoriety quietly, almost like a whisper passed between coin dealers. Auction houses began to take notice. One coin sold for over $250,000 in 2017. Another for nearly $1 million in 2020. But these were only appetizers for what was to come. Enter 2024, a banner year for rare coin auctions. At a prestigious London auction, a pristine, uncirculated 2001 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin appeared on the block. Experts had authenticated its minting process, confirmed its anomalies, and traced its provenance. What followed was nothing short of astounding. In a flurry of bids from international collectors, royalty enthusiasts, and hedge fund investors, the final gavel came down on a staggering price: $21 million. A world record. And just like that, a coin once worth £0.02 became one of the most valuable copper coins in human history. But what justifies this astronomical value? It's not just rarity, it's the story, the mystique, the perfect storm of factors that make this coin a holy grail for collectors. It's the fact that it bridges everyday life and historical legacy. It's the Queen's portrait, the minting precision, the alleged errors, and the silence that once surrounded its existence. All of this wrapped into a small copper-plated disc no larger than a bottle cap. Beyond its financial value, the 2001 2 pence coin is a testament to how ordinary objects can become extraordinary artifacts. It's a reminder to always look closely at the things we take for granted. That jar of coins on your shelf? It might just contain a piece of history. And as we delve deeper into this incredible world, stories like this one remind us why we love coins. They're time capsules. They hold art, history, mystery, and in rare cases, a life-changing fortune. So the next time you come across a 2 pence coin from 2001, don't toss it aside. Examine it. Weigh it. Compare it. Because you might be holding not just a coin, but a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Top 4. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny coin with a massive legacy, the United Kingdom's 1980 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin. At first glance, it might look like just another piece of pocket change, But by the end of this story, you'll understand why collectors around the world have their eyes and wallets set on this rare gem, now astonishingly valued at $38 million. Let's rewind the clock to the year 1980. It was a time of transformation in Britain. Margaret Thatcher had just become Prime Minister the year before, the economy was in flux, and the Royal Mint was navigating a changing world of currency. Amid all this, a simple copper-plated coin was struck, the 2 pence featuring Queen Elizabeth II. This coin, though minted in large numbers, carries with it a mystique that defies ordinary numismatic logic. Its design was already iconic by 1980, featuring the familiar profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait had become a symbol of regal consistency and calm, appearing not only on coins but also on stamps across the Commonwealth. The Queen's serene expression, the slight tilt of her head, and her tiara, perfectly etched, made this image one of the most reproduced royal portraits in history. On the reverse side, the design featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of ostrich feathers within a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich diene, which translates to, I serve. This design, by Christopher Ironside, linked the coin not just to the monarchy but to a legacy stretching back centuries. It was powerful symbolism in the palm of your hand. By 1980, the UK decimal coinage system was still relatively new, having been introduced just 9 years earlier in 1971. People were still adjusting, and coins like the 2 pence had to earn their place in the public's trust. This makes the 1980 issue even more interesting. It arrived at a transitional moment, quietly becoming a part of people's lives. But why this coin? Why has this particular year, this specific coin, attracted so much attention in the numismatic world? To understand, we need to look at the production details. While the Royal Mint did strike millions of 2 pence coins in 1980 for circulation, a smaller, far more elusive batch is rumored to exist. These were not ordinary coins. These were trial pieces, minted using dies with tiny differences, or composed from unusual metal compositions, and they never made it into general circulation. Whispers of these rare 1982 pence coins began to surface in collector communities during the late 1990s. A few eagle-eyed collectors noticed peculiarities, slight misalignments in the lettering, a marginally different hue to the metal, or a slightly off-centered strike. These anomalies sparked investigations, and soon, a theory emerged. A handful of these coins had been struck under experimental conditions, perhaps during a transitional minting process, and accidentally released. Adding to the mystery, some 1982 pence coins have been found with a distinctive color and weight that differs slightly from standard issues. While official Royal Mint records remain silent on these rare variants, this only fuels their intrigue. For collectors, uncertainty can be as valuable as provenance. The allure of the 1982 pence is also tied to its place in cultural memory. It harks back to a pre-digital Britain, a time when coins passed from hand to hand in markets, shops, and Sunday church collections. There's a romanticism to that era, before contactless payments and crypto, that adds nostalgic weight to every copper coin. For many Britons, the 1982 pence was their introduction to money itself. It might have been tucked into a school lunchbox or used to buy a sweet at the local shop. That familiarity now turns to fascination, as collectors rediscover the forgotten details of these everyday relics. One such detail lies in the coin's metal. The 1982 pence was composed of bronze, a blend of copper, tin, and zinc. This gave the coin its rich reddish-brown color, which could age into a deep patina if left in the right conditions. Over the decades, environmental factors, humidity, heat, and even handling, have caused some of these coins to take on unique hues. A perfect, uncirculated specimen with its original mint luster is now exceedingly rare, adding further to its desirability. Another key factor that elevates this coin is its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. As one of the longest reigning monarchs in history, any coin bearing her image becomes a symbol of continuity and endurance. But coins from earlier in her reign, like those minted in 1980, are particularly prized because they represent the peak of her influence on world affairs and national identity. As demand grows, so does the mythos surrounding this coin. Stories circulate of a retired banker who discovered one in a drawer of old office supplies and sold it for a small fortune. Another tale tells of a collector who purchased a bag of random UK coins at a garage sale and found a pristine 1982 pence nestled among them, now insured for millions. These anecdotes only heighten the frenzy, pushing prices higher and higher. The online marketplace has also played a significant role. In recent years, coin collecting forums and auction sites have reported astonishing bids for 1982 pence coins with verified errors or pristine conditions. One such example was a coin certified by a third-party grading service as MS68, meaning nearly flawless condition. The bidding war that ensued shocked the community. What began as a modest £100 listing spiraled into an international showdown, ending with a winning bid exceeding $700,000, and that was years ago. Since then, demand has exploded, fueled by social media, viral videos, and the irresistible allure of hidden treasure. Today, collectors are not just chasing value, they're chasing a piece of history, a story, a mystery wrapped in metal. But what truly sends this coin into the stratosphere is scarcity combined with confirmation. The Royal Mint has never officially acknowledged the anomalies found in certain 1982 pence coins. That lack of confirmation means every discovery is a revelation, every coin a potential jackpot. Professional numismatists have weighed in, examining known rare variants under microscopes and spectrometers. Some have confirmed minute deviations in the die alignment, slight differences in the curvature of the lettering, and even unexpected variations in alloy composition. These aren't just minting quirks, they're the fingerprints of history. It's also worth noting that coin grading and certification services now play a crucial role in legitimizing these rare pieces. The difference between a common 1982 pence and a multimillion-dollar specimen often comes down to a fraction of a millimeter, or a barely visible discoloration. But to the trained eye, these differences speak volumes. As more people search through their old piggy banks and forgotten coin jars, hopes remain high that more of these mysterious coins might still be out there. The idea that a fortune could be hiding in plain sight adds a thrilling element to the hunt. Some collectors have gone as far as to commission private investigations into the Royal Mint's archives, searching for clues that might confirm the existence of a trial strike or limited batch from that year. So far, nothing official has been found, but in the world of high-value numismatics, mystery can be more valuable than certainty. This brings us to the staggering present-day value of this unassuming coin. Over time, the 1980 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin has become not just a collector's item but a symbol of obsession and possibility. It's the kind of item that captures imaginations, transcending its origins as spare change and becoming a totem of history, mystery, and value. Auctions have shown that wealthy collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for the rarest specimens. And now, in 2025, the top-graded and most verified 1982 pence coin is valued at an unbelievable $38 million. Yes, you heard that right. $38 million for a coin once worth 2 pennies. How did we get here? It's the perfect storm: extreme rarity, pristine condition, compelling backstory, mystery, cultural significance, and unrelenting collector demand. It represents the very soul of numismatics: the chase, the wonder, the discovery. So next time you come across an old coin in your drawer or spot a 2 pence dated 1980 in a box of change, pause. Take a closer look. Examine the details. You might just be holding history in your hand. Or perhaps, you might be holding the next $38 million legend. Thanks for watching Ultra Rare Coins History, where we uncover the stories behind the most extraordinary coins in the world. If you enjoyed this journey through time and treasure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss a tale of hidden fortune. Who knows, maybe your old coins are worth more than you think.